Bye-bye, Boehner. Good riddance. Glad he's gone. Donald Trump wrote a great book called The Art of the Deal. Boehner could write a book called The Art of the Sellout. In 2010, the conservative Republicans of the Tea Party struggled and launched a magnificent national campaign that replaced 68 Democrats with new Republicans, and they elected Boehner as the Speaker. And Boehner proceeded over the next period to eat his young. He was trying to discipline them, to cut off their seniority, assign them to meaningless committees, marginalize them in the House caucus, basically telling them, you're here to be counted so that you give us the majority, but shut up and don't talk and don't propose anything. And whenever the Republicans would take a point of view, Boehner would immediately follow the same pattern. First thing he'd do would be convene a vote in the House. The conservatives would, of course, win. Then he'd wait for the Senate to do nothing, Democrat-controlled, or even now with the 60-vote filibuster requirement. Then after Democrats did nothing in the Senate, it would come back to him, and he would say, well, it didn't pass the Senate, there's nothing I can do, and he would cave in completely to Obama. What's needed is a speaker with some brains, who understands that you build coalitions with Democrats. For example, on Obamacare. Okay, so the bill to repeal Obamacare doesn't pass the Senate and you're stuck with it in the House. But then be creative. Look at the districts where manufacturers of medical devices are located. Go to those Democrats who rep those districts and say, hey, would you like to come on a bill to repeal the medical device tax? Nothing else, just that. And get yourself 15 or 20 or 25 votes over in the House and build pressure on the Democratic senators from those states to come over. Go to Democrats who are close to the unions and say, hey, do you support the 40% Cadillac tax that Obamacare imposes on generous health care plans, most of which would tax union health care plans? And they'll say, no, we're against that. The AFL is against it. So do a bill that targets that tries to restrict it. And then get a bunch of the union Democrats on your side and go over to the Senate and begin to move some of the senators. Use the House to pick off the individual Democratic congressmen and build bipartisan coalitions that Pelosi and Obama can't break apart. But this concept never occurred to Boehner. He would just put it up for a vote, and if it lost, the hell with it, let's move on to something else. An absolute deadhead as Speaker. A lot of people say we're looking for a new Ronald Reagan to be president. Well, hey, I'm looking for a new Newt Gingrich to be Speaker. Thanks for watching.